me into being who I am today, definitely. Yeah.
So, Kemo, tell us, what has it been like since taking office as the youth councillor for KMC?
It has been an absolute marvelous journey. It has been a great one, with a lot of challenges, with a lot of challenges, because I came into a system, or we came as a local government council into a system that never existed. It was just a council where things were done haphazardly, economical mismanagements, no programs were being, done rightfully. So it was really hard for us. Thank God for the acting mayor.
As the Category 5 storm surges towards the U.S. East Coast. These and other stories coming ahead this hour. Thanks for joining us. A warm welcome to the Weekday News.
Expected of them.
The Gold Award Holders Association for organizing this third edition to the Gambia Organization of the Visually Impaired premises. It is indeed a very welcome idea, simply because it is advocating for differently able.
The event was culminated with certificates of participation to participants, marking the climax of the day's event. The GAHA Association is a group of young people that come together to complement the efforts of the International Awards Program. It brings together all gold award holders within the country to build more capacity of its members and raise awareness on policy and related matters meant to advance the development of Gambian youth. Reporting for the news, I am Janke Toure.
Officials of the SOS Youth Empowerment Project under the SOS Children's Village have staged a stakeholders meeting to strengthen the economic and social resilience of vulnerable youth in the Central River region and beyond. Our regional correspondent Modu Bajan reports from CRR.
Presiding over the launching of the SOS Youth Empowerment Project, Central River Region Deputy Governor Omar C. mentioned the importance of stakeholder cooperation in mitigating the region's youth challenges.
No single organization, no single agency, no single department, no single can do it all alone. And that is why cooperators and collaborators like the SOS deem it necessary to make a national show to create employment for the youth for the development of their socio-economic independence.
While the manager of the project, Mari Chorba, underscores its vitality in boosting the socio-economic standing of youths, SOS Children's Village Gambia National Director Maria Tusala further dilates on the €800,000 intervention.
The beneficiaries to get access to mentorship, internship, and apprenticeship. Likewise, we will support them with entrepreneurship training. And with this, the support will include financial management, critical thinking, business planning, and funding. We think the project will not do justice if we just come and empower them without talking about increasing their social and life skills, which include sexual and reproductive health awareness services.
This SOS Youth Empowerment Project came about based on our study and findings that so that's why we decided to apply for funding from the Finnish Ministry of Foreign Affairs to do this project. It's a 4-year project with funding of up to €800,000. We are targeting the most vulnerable youth, around 600 of them. By the end of the project, we will empower them with technical and life skills and social resilience skills so that they can be successful contributing members of society.
For Janjambure female youth representative Aissatou Foun, the project is essential in addressing youth issues such as drug abuse and teen dropouts.
Looking at the economic and social risks that these young vulnerable youths are facing now, which include the single parenting, drug abuse, and also teen dropouts that have been a major issue in our localities or even the country at large. But I believe with the intervention of the SOS Youth Empowerment Project, we can be able to provide these vulnerable youth with decent job opportunities and also equip them with meaningful skills that can help to mold them to become responsible adults and also amazing leaders in the near future.
As youth matters including unemployment and the rural-urban drift continues in this part of the country, the Chief of Janjambure, Bakari Jangjao, and Janjambure Area Council Chairman Ibrahima Jankosane are looking forward to an efficient implementation of the project whose aims include equipping young persons with skills to enhance their lives and livelihoods. Modu Bajan, GRTS News, Janjambure, Central River Region.
Now, the Gambia Teachers Union Cooperative Credit Union has launched the Islamic Cooperative Credit Union of the Gambia. The introduction comes amid efforts to expand micro-lending and access to credit facilities, the cooperative union will cover those who particularly desire Sharia-compliant financial transactions. Louis Mendy has more.
The newly launched Islamic Cooperative Credit Union of the Gambia is a branch of the Gambia Teachers Union Cooperative Credit Union. It is established to respond to the demand of those who do not want to pay or receive interest for their monies, as it has always been in the conventional financial system. Imam Sheikh Tichan Chan, Credit Union of the Gambia.
They are going to have ICCU which deals with the principles of Sharia, and also which is already established to make sure that all the transactions are based in the Holy Quran and Sunnah.
Also called riba in Islam, interest extracted from loans in conventional financial system is said to be forbidden in Islam, and the need to cater for the people who desire to uphold the religious value is the reason for the establishment of the Islamic Cooperative Credit Union by the Gambia Teachers Union Cooperative Credit Union, in which Babakar Juf is the general manager.
I can tell you one vantage point as the second most senior trainer on credit unions in Africa today. I can tell you that no other credit union in Africa has done this so far. It's the first time that a credit union has opened a window that is specifically focusing on Sharia compliance.
Launched on Sunday at the NACOP Training Academy in Kanifing, the Islamic Cooperative Credit Union of the Gambia has, who was also invited to grace the occasion.
And as we all read in Al-Quran, قال الله سبحانه وتعالى الذين يأكلون الربا لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم الذي يتخبطه شيطان من الناس. That and very strong warning against interest based on riba. So as Muslims, we must be commending the efforts by Mr. Juf and his colleagues for the establishment of this important credit union.
Abdul Wahab Wan is the manager of the Islamic Cooperative Credit Union of the Gambia.
The product will target existing business personnel, such as sole traders, business partners, and all kinds of business entities. Second, we have the fixed term deposit account. This is a Sharia compliant saving account which is fixed and locked within 12, 18, or 24 months. The saving accounts are at a higher rate of profit. However, it requires the depositors to lock their money away for a fixed period of time at an agreed at outset.
Other products of the union include the event saving accounts, individual development accounts, and investment accounts. For the Sanyang, the general manager at the National Association of Cooperative Credit Union, the Gambia, the apex body of all the credit unions in the country, said the concept of Islamic banking is good.
This law considers issues of social justice, equity, and fairness in all business transactions, and promotes entrepreneurship, protects property rights, and emphasizes transparency of contractual obligations according to the divine laws of Allah and His last messenger Muhammad.
The event was also greeted by Siaka Bah, the Deputy Director of Microfinance, Central Bank of the Gambia.
You know, Central Bank is also very happy to be part of this launching, and the fact that we have had some training on Islamic finance projects with COMSEC, Standing Committee on Commercial and Economic Cooperation, is a committee of OIC, which is Organization of Islamic Cooperation.
Potentially, at Islamic Cooperative Credit Union of the Gambia stand to reap two outstanding benefits. One, their money will be used for halal investment, and they shall be paid profit ratio at maturity. 2, they are expected to have rewards from their Lord, taking reference from the Quran, which says, "No Muslim lends a loan to another Muslim twice, but it will be like giving it once in charity." Louis Mendy, GRTS.
Now let's head to TOURNEY, where tree planting has become the new trend, shaping community development as people move to build resilience against climate change. In the West Coast, the Kopanga Youth Development Association of TOURNEY Block has taken ownership of environmental preservation with a major tree planting exercise at the Block Kopanga Community Forest, themed on making the Gambia green again. The exercise marks the 4th edition, with locals planting over 4,000 seedlings to fight climate change, combat deforestation, and protect the natural forest cover. Majan Barrow reports.
Has now registered over 800 active members united in the quest to support grassroots development. The 4,000 seedlings comprise of baobab, kasu, malaina, siaba, mahogany, locust pine, winterhorn, and bush mango trees. Villagers also participated alongside representatives from various associations. The National Agricultural Lands and Water Management Development Project, NEMA, and Mama Tamba Jammeh Youth Development Association are the main sponsors of this initiative. The National Assembly member for Fonyi Brefet District, Honorable Sunkari Baji, hailed the scheme as a significant step in fighting climate change. Mama Tamba Jammeh Youth Development Association donated 300 seedlings, which will immensely help to boost the area's depleting natural cover. A collective move to restore green spaces and reduce the impact of climate change is emerging new partnership between communities and local groups. Support and contributions by e.g. a new intern from Poland was a big help in making the exercise successful. After the tree planting exercise, members had a meeting to reflect on the activity and pave the way forward to next activity complementing national development. Majan Barrow reporting for GRTS News.
From the West Coast to the Lower River region, we head to Soma, where the Village Development Committee has joined forces with the Soma Youth Development Association to organize a massive cleansing exercise in strategic locations and illegal dump sites within the community. Alajim Bay has more.
The cleansing exercise was organized by the Soma Village Development Committee in partnership with the Soma Youth Development Association and Mansakonko Area Council. Volunteers cleared and relocated illegal dump sites across the town and cleaned drainage and pollution. The chairman of the Village Development Committee, Keba Dabo, said the idea is to improve public health. We realized that the community was filthy with litters, and we understand that waste is not healthy. We decided to come out and clean the community so that we can prevent the prevalence of some diseases. I thank the people for coming out in their large numbers and the institutions for their support. The chairman of the Soma Youth Development Association, Lamin Cham, said the activity is in line with his association's objective of contributing to the health and livelihoods of the people.
The purpose of forming that Youth Development Association is to make sure that we contribute immensely to the improvement and maintenance of the livelihood of the people of Jarasoma. So, and therefore, the clean environment cannot be exceptional if we are talking about the livelihood of Jarasoma. Some of the strategic sites that we have cleared so far are very much close to our drainage system. And if these rubbices are not being removed, I believe it's going to create a blockage in the drainage, which can cause a very serious disaster in this community. It is very, very timely, because looking at the period of the rainy season, we are at the peak period of the rainy season, which is also the peak period of malaria. So making the environment clean, I believe it can make drastic reduction to the prevalence of malaria within this community, and therefore to reduce the workload on the healthcare service provider.
The Deputy Governor of Lower River Region came.
If the environment is not clean, definitely, I mean, as health personnel, I always say, is connected to, you know, maybe a lot of diseases can emerge from it. So this is why it is necessary, you know, for, I mean, the community to come out in their large numbers, you know, to participate in the cleaning of their environment.
The CEO, Mansakonko Area Council, Paset Sise, assured of the council's commitment to waste management.
Council cannot do it alone, so we collaborated with the Soma Village Development Committee and also a very prominent society in Soma called the Soma Youth Development Committee. The initiative really comes from them, and council is just out to support them because we know this is part of our corporate responsibilities and council cannot do it alone. So that's why collaboration is very important. We are trying to put up some control measures because presently we are trying to buy at least 100 dustbins. Those dustbins will be displayed along the highway, and we'll make sure we put our conditions there to make sure that the environment is clean.
Organizers said the activity will now be carried out at least once every 3 months. Alhaji Mbaye, GRTS News.
Live from Banjul, this is Weekday News. We will take our first break and return with some sports news right after this day. Welcome back. In sports, Gambia's sprinting sensation and Africa's new queen of the race course, GINA, has secured gold for the country after a storming run to the finish line in the 200 meters race at the Africa Games in Rabat, Morocco. GINA is the first Gambian woman to qualify for the Olympics when she made her debut at the Rio Games in 2016. She won gold at that event and has since become the new face of Gambian athletics with a record-breaking streak that continues to grow. Now, it has been a remarkable new days for the Gambian queen of the tracks after finishing second in the 100 meters race earlier this week. And now GINA adds gold to her numerous collections of personal awards. GRTS Head of Sports, MS Jallo, reports.
It was joy for the Gambia at the African Games in Morocco as the country's sprint sensation GINA won the women's 200 meters final in grand style to claim the gold medal. And for the second time, the national anthem of the Gambia reverberated inside the stadium at the African Games as GINA mounted the podium to receive her gold medal, confirming her status among the all-time greats of Gambian sports by becoming the first Gambian athlete to win a gold medal at the African Games. GINA fend off stiff competition from Africa's top female sprinters to finish first, beating Marie-Josée Talou of the Côte d'Ivoire, and Africa's fastest female sprinter, to the gold medal. The beauty about GINA's historic triumph in the 200 meters, GINA set a new national record of 22.58 seconds.
I was really grateful, but it was not an easy task.
How do you feel as a Gambian getting the gold medal for the country that have been struggling in sports?
I was really grateful and I'm thankful to God because He's the one who gave it to me. So I'm really happy today.
GINA الكوت ديفوار وغامبيا منسل تفوز بالميدالية الذهبية للمغرب في المركز الأول.
It's double joy for the 24-year-old sprinter from the small village of Tubakuta in the East Combat district by winning silver in the 100 meters and gold in the 200 meters at the 12th African Games in Rabat, Morocco. And it was a great feeling for the queen of Gambian athletics to reign supreme in Africa.
It's all about training and believing in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. And with God's help, everything is possible.
After conquering the continent, the global stage awaits GINA at the World Championship in Doha, Qatar later this year. But for now, it's a moment to celebrate GINA's heroic performance by making the Gambia proud at the Continental Games. And a heroic welcome awaits the Queen of the Tracks. Modest Diallo, GRT Sports.
Well, big congratulations to GINA. Now, a football tourney has kicked off in the North Bank region, meant to bring security agencies in the area on a common platform to enhance their relationship. The move, supported by the Chief Executive Officer of Star GSM, Lamin Kaba, is part of efforts to strengthen brotherhood among the armed and security forces in the country. The opening game also witnessed the presentation of a certificate of appreciation to Mr. Kaba by officials of the Gambia Armed Forces in recognition of his efforts. Famara Kani tells us more.
The armed and security services remains a critical component of national development, and for that reason, cooperation and harmony between them brings effectiveness and efficiency in their various operations. While some Gambians are complimenting efforts of the government to achieve a vibrant security service that will serve its purpose of existence, Lamin Kaba, the Chief Executive Officer of Star GSM, is one of the few who are using their time and resources to integrate the security services on the agenda of commonality and brotherhood. I have to thank His Excellency the President for his support to national security. I'm also ready to compliment his government with the little I have to ensure peace among our different security apparatus. His long-term partnership with the different forces didn't go unnoticed. His valuable services to the men in uniform had earned him this certificate from the Gambia Armed Forces High Command.
Our founder is Mr. Lamin Kaba, the proprietor of Star GF. So though this is my first time to meet him, but definitely he's a nice man.
From donations and other support services, Kaba and his management are now using sports to unite the forces together on a common purpose of brotherhood and mutual coexistence. His move to unify the security services is highly applauded by regional authorities, who has a great foresight for his country. He said the government cannot do it all, calling on others to emulate Lamin Kaba to support the Gambia government's development programs.
It's going to further bring the collaboration and social cohesion that is expected between our security forces. So there is the need for us to encourage this. It should even go beyond this. At the next level, the organizers and planners should think of bringing these people together, you know, to a symposium.
For the members of the armed and security forces, Lamin Kaba's support to them cannot be overemphasized. Captain Babukar Ngom of the 2nd Infantry Battalion said the football tournament will help to cement the ties between all the security apparatus in the country, particularly in the North Bank region.
We want to form a security football team and then join the knockout. We are late for the league, but in the knockout we are coming as Security FC. This is where we'll scout our best players and then form a good team and play.
The organizing committee maintained that there are plans on the pipeline to inculcate female football in the tournament.
The community outside, they have theirs, so we decide to organize ourselves to show the community that we are one family.
The game was played well, with both teams having series of clear-cut chances in both the first and second half. The strikers from both sides were unable to make best use of those chances, and after 90 minutes of play, the game ended with a draw. The coaches from both sides said this is the first time a tournament of this nature is organized in the barracks, thanks to the Star GSM.
I don't see any team here in this 2BM who can stand just us. But they throw all their chances.
They play game, but also
we discussed to the referees is on January.
Lamin Kaba and his management are planning to have the final of the tournament at the Independence Stadium to attract more supporters. Reporting for the news, I am Famara Kanyi.
Now let's stay with peace-building tournaments because the Gambia National Petroleum Company also played a friendly football match against PETROSEN, a sister institution from Senegal. The Gambia played at the FIFA Gold Project in Yundum is designed to strengthen the already existing ties between the two petroleum companies. Famara Baji watched the thrilling encounter and he now reports.
Sports has been used as a tool to strengthen ties and foster unity among institutions and countries. The main reason for organizing this friendly football match between Gambia National Petroleum Company and their counterparts from Senegal, PETROSEN, who are on the ball, as it brought together staff of the two sister institutions to interact and network through the beautiful game. The managing director of GNPC, Yaya Barrow, was not left behind, as he led a delegation of senior officials from both companies for the pre-match formalities. Off the pitch, it was exciting throughout, as the visiting Senegalese delegation dominated their host on the touchline by singing and dancing throughout, whilst it was equally entertaining on the pitch, as both sides showed some brilliant display of skills. The more youthful and energetic GNPC players were no match visitors who looked technically good but seemed to lack the strength and energy. GNPC dominated from start to finish, but all they could manage was a lone goal scored by Ibrahim Assise. That goal was all the difference in what was a fun-filled game, described by the managing director of GNPC as very important.
I think this visit is very essential. We are socializing with them, but again also we hold meetings from time to time to talk about the prospects, more importantly of oil between us.
This visit is historical, and it is in the same pathway of historical relationship between PETROSEN and GNPC since the early 80s when PETROSEN was created, and GNPC engineers and staff has always shared regional project.
Similar views were expressed by some other senior members of both companies, including Koli Swai and a representative of PETROSEN Director General, Musa Job.
Football, what it can bring between the two countries. The two countries are friends. When you mention Senegal, you mention Gambia, becomes Senegambia. We are friends and relatives.
As we all know, and we've been saying it, it is sport that brings us together, and that's how it is always. If you see, there was an MOU between the two institutions, that is the Memorandum of Understandings. Everything started from that Memorandum of Understandings. It is because of that MOU and there was this exchange of programs between the two institutions.
It was indeed a fun-filled event for both the players and spectators, especially the veterans of the PETROSEN staff who are on excursion in the country. Plans are also underway for a similar exchange visit to Senegal by GNPC in future. Famara Baji, GRTS News.
Well, let's now take our second break. International news is up next Tuesday. Welcome back. Still on Weekday News, Hurricane Dorian, a Category 5 hurricane, has made landfall on the Bahamas. Everyone from the Prime Minister to the Chief Jose Andres are begging residents to get to safety. The surging storm is expected to swamp many low-lying areas, and as much as 30 inches of rain could fall in some locations before the hurricane passes. People have been warned not to venture outdoors into the eye of the storm, which is moving dangerously close to the Florida East Coast.
down. Oh shit, dog just break up, right?
Getting sandblasted. Why don't you take a look at the beach?
Homes may potentially be completely submerged with water, but still, there are many residents who are refusing to move, and we send this final plea asking them to.
Another night of fire and violence.
Now the protesters are setting up a big fire in the middle of the road between the PR's Hong Kong garrison and the Hong Kong ACL government central office. And now it's about 7:30. The fire has been lasting for over 10 minutes. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Now the firefighters are trying to extinguish the fire, but apparently that's not working right now. Just minutes ago, some protesters are throwing something like the explosive objects into the fire to make the fire bigger and bigger. And minutes ago, there was a huge sound of explosive and blast.
Around 8 p.m., firefighters and police arrived.
Now the police have arrived to restore the peace and order. And so the riot police have arrived trying to contain the riot here. Sorry. Now there are around 100 riot police are in position trying to tackle the riot here. And you can see right behind me the water cannon trucks on standby trying to disperse the crowd. And the fire right now has been extinguished. There is a firefighting truck on the opposite.
We followed the police to another location about 1 block away from the fire. Police are clearing the barricades.
According to my colleague, 2 women in black shirts were arrested just several minutes ago. You can see the police are trying to clear the road, clear the barricades set up by the protesters. And right now, we can still feel the pungent taste of the smell, the tear gas in the air.
Bystanders said they saw rioters throwing Molotov cocktails.
On all these barricades, and then the police came. So what I understand is police splitted all the area. However, people were firing Molotov cocktails at the police probably. So there was some fire over there.
Rioters are like water flowing from one location to another.
Now the protesters are gathering behind me at the Causeway Bay, near the shopping mall of Sogo. Now you can see the protesters setting up another fire in the middle of the road, and just on the opposite there were the police, riot police. They have fired several rounds of tear gas, and my eyes feel burning, and my face now it also hurts very much. So
and we don't know how long this standoff will continue. More police then arrived and dispersed the crowd. Several rioters were arrested by the police, and the escalation of violence in Hong Kong continues. Gu Yunfei, CGTN, Hong Kong.
This is GRTS Weekday News with me, Fatuli Kumloshi. A recap of the day's top stories before we go. Expanding microfinance, the Gambia Teachers Cooperative Credit Union has launched the Islamic Cooperative Credit Union of the Gambia. Shaping future leaders, the Gambia Gold Award Holders Association has concluded a major leadership and health advocacy training. And tree planting to preserve the environment. Locals in Bullock have joined a community group to plant 4,000 seedlings to fight climate change. In sports, we celebrate Africa's new queen of the tracks as GINA sets a fresh new record on the race course. We speak with Mr. Martin Gomez, her former mentor. And Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas, where 5 people have been confirmed dead as the Category 5 storm surges towards the U.S. East Coast. That was all in this edition of GRTS News. Thanks for watching, and do join us again